What is up, everybody? My name is Sharhead. The new champion TALUS just dropped, and a lot of skins dropped, as well as a bunch of balance changes. Gonna share all of these with you today, and more. We'll be starting off by talking about the Swashbuckler Barik skin. It's a pirate skin for him, and he has a glorious black beard that I absolutely love. This includes a full epic skin collection, the voice pack, and the spray, and his gun looks really awesome. It has a lit fuse on top and a skull on the side. His turrets have a little black Jolly Roger flag on each one, and also, these turrets make a cash register sound when they're firing. And if you're wondering about the voice pack, yeah, his voice pack is about as piratey as you ever wanted it to be.
Ahoy, mateys! Let me show ye landlubbers how a man of the sea gets things done. I've never lost an argument in me life. They're giving me no quarter. I'm going to plunder your booty.
Oh, God.
15 men on the dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum.
Now, that is not the only pirate skin that's going to be coming to OB59. It's also going to have Dutchman Makoa, which is going to be a ghost pirate skin. Makes him very phantom-like. It is a full epic skin with a voice and a spray, and it also gives him a cool pirate hat, as well as a ship steering wheel for a shell. He also gets a pale blue ghostly fog effect that follows him wherever he goes, and he has possibly one of the best Makoa voice packs that I've ever heard.
From the great depths rises the terror of the seas. Ahoy, laddie! Oh, you got a tiny little cannon, don't ya? The pirate's life is addictive. Just a taste and you're hooked. Fire broadsides. Your souls serve me now. You there, wash the poop deck. Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo-ho-ho in a bottle of rum.
His cannon weapon creates skull impacts where they hit, and the anchor that he throws screams whenever he hooks someone.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, these little like fading screams like.
Unfortunately, there's no new audio for his ultimate whenever he activates it, but overall, it's still a really, really good skin collection. There are now dance emotes in the VIP store. 3 of them specifically are for Lex, Ying, and Shaolin. The one for Lex is called Bad Cop, the one for Ying is called Belly Dance, and the one for Shaolin is called Top Rock. According to the devs, you're locked into dances for about 2 seconds minimum, so once you commit, you have to let it play for a little bit, but once you start them, you can technically keep dancing forever until you hit an action key that allows you to get out of it. So after the 2-second minimum, then you can interrupt it. Also, they're pretty good for doing at the end of a match or after a big play. Be creative. Hi-Rez also decided to re-release the Nova Strike Kinessa skin with a different recolor. It's now called Star Silver Kinessa, and it's an epic skin, and it's recolored in white, black, and purple, as opposed to the original yellow. So if you were ever curious in the Nova Strike skin but didn't like the way that it was colored, maybe this will be more to your liking. Next, the VIP store is getting the Shattermaw, a legendary standalone gun for Androxus, or what I personally call the Kryptonite Revolver. But for legal reasons, they probably can't call it that. It has a gold frame with a green crystal that actually splits into 3 separate pieces whenever you're reloading. And speaking of reloading, this gun has its own special animations, including a very interesting reload animation. Also, the enemies that you kill with it have a very customized death effect in which they just turn green and shatter or fade away. So if you wanted to use Androxus's revolver but thought that they were all kind of samey, well, look no further. The Shattermaw may be for you. Also, this one's been coming for a long time. I didn't expect this to come out until October, seeing as this is more Halloween themed than anything that I've seen out of this lineup, but Infernal Ceres is finally here, also known as by many of you as Demonic Ceres, which was the community chosen skin that was revealed at DreamHack Valencia not too long ago. It's a full epic skin with its own emote, voice, and spray. It gives Ceres huge horns, gives her a nice red-skinned, skin, and it also gives her a black framed lantern with what appears to be a neon green eyeball. And that's not the only thing that's neon green. She actually fires neon green soul orbs. Her shadow travel ability makes everything around her turn red instead of purple, which is nice for a change. Her voice pack is absolutely epic. And I'm not saying epic as in form of rarity, I'm saying it's actually epic. Like, her voice is amazing. And also, borderline not family friendly.
Well, hello. Let's slip into something more comfortable. Say my name. Beg for it. You poor thing. Did you have fun? I did. I've got the looks that kill.
So good.
Your soul is so passionate. Oh, from behind?
This skin collection can be purchased directly for 200 crystals at 50% off. So at that kind of price, I think it's a steal. Alright, now for the moment you've been waiting for. Let's talk about TALUS, the new champion. This is the flank, and it is also now the youngest champion in the realm, younger than Maeve, since Maeve is 18 years old according to Hi-Rez Pixie, and TALUS is an actual kid. His primary weapon is a 35-round submachine gun that does 95 damage per shot. His Q ability fires his gun sideways from 2 barrels instead of just 1, and increases its fire rate by 33%. Also, you need at least 1 bullet to use it. His F ability lets you plant a rune on the ground, and reactivating this ability will teleport you back to that rune. And you also return to the rune automatically after about 10 seconds by default. It also cleanses all debuffs and crowd control on automatic returns. His alternate fire ability is a charging punch attack that deals 600 damage and knocks enemies back. And apparently it's very good for knocking people off the edge of the map. Finally, let's talk about his ultimate. It's called True Power, and basically what you do is you charge up for 2 seconds, and then you teleport to any enemy on the map and punch them for 600 damage, while also knocking them back. Also, you can't target anyone who's CC immune, unfortunately, so let's say you're trying to target Cassie, and she has her ult up, not happening. Overall, if you play smart with this champion, he can be a very, very good counter to snipers like Strix or Canessa. I think that's partly the reason why Hi-Rez was very comfortable with releasing Strix, because even though he was super strong, they knew they were going to release a counter for him soon, and TALUS may be the one. Moving on to champion changes, Torvald got a nice little rework. His glove now fires 15 projectiles for 200 damage each with no damage fall off, and also he does a little more damage per second now. His right click is now a channeled silence that stops enemies from using abilities. His channeling effect used to be on his left click, now it's on his right click. Interesting. And it also allows him to silence enemies for much longer. Basically, some of Torvald's combat capabilities were enhanced at the cost of his health. Androxus's revolver was changed. It used to be fully automatic, but now it's semi-automatic. The rate of fire was increased from 0.55 seconds to 0.36 seconds, so now it'll fire a little faster. And also the damage was nerfed slightly from 600 damage to 580 damage per shot. Also, the recoil per shot was increased, and you lose accuracy now when you're firing this revolver at maximum speed. So you do have to manage that accuracy whenever you're firing with him, much like what people had to do with Lex when he was reworked. Inara's stone spear also got a few changes. The time between shots was reduced from 0.2 seconds to 0.15 seconds, so now you can fire that spear a little faster. Also, the self-inflicted slow was reduced from 40% to 30%. Her slow duration was reduced from 0.8 seconds to 0.5 seconds. So now she'll be less of a snail when she's firing. A nice little enhancement for Inara mains. Tyra's nade launcher was buffed in that the nade size was increased by 16%, while its speed was slightly increased from 270 to 400 speed. And Xin had a bug fixed where he couldn't enter combat if he absorbed a hit with the counter but didn't hit an opponent. And finally, at the very end of this patch preview, Hi-Rez stated that they would be celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Paladins being on Steam by giving away 20 crystals for every game that you win, up till 60 crystals maximum per day over the next 3 days. And also, because of this celebration, the Maeve and Victor Mastery skins are 50% off, so if you want to pick them up for cheaper, now's your chance. That's all, everybody. That's going to be the entire patch preview in less than 10 minutes. When I make these videos, you can always count on me to deliver. What do you think of this patch preview? Do you think it's cool? Do you want to play TALUS as soon as possible? Because I do. When the PTS goes up, I'll be playing that champion ASAP. I hope you guys found this video useful, and if you did, hit that like button, subscribe button, and bell button. And feel free to join my Discord server in the link below and meet my gang. Thanks for watching, rock steady, and stay gassy.